All right, guys and girls, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about what the 76ers did or didn't do at the trade deadline, and I'm going to give them an overall grade, okay? We're going to do that. We are going to talk about Paul George's postgame after the Sixers lost the other night, and I want to revisit an Evan Turner clip from the offseason where he predicted this situation perfectly. At the time, I clowned it. I was completely wrong. I want to revisit that clip. And then we're going to talk to Sixers fans who are once again claiming we should bring back Ben Simmons because he got bought out by the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to do all that coming right up on Run It Back Philly. Thanks for being here. Give me 1 million likes on the video. But before we get into it, I got to tell you guys about a brand new sponsor on the channel. The sponsor is Mando. Mando is a whole body deodorant that you can use everywhere. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. They sent me this. They said, "Hey, we don't want you to talk about it if you never used it. We want you to use it and talk about it." And I want to tell you guys, dude, I love a nice deodorant, but this stuff is great. What I love about this is that it feels like nothing. It's not wet, but it's not dry. It doesn't leave residue on your clothes or anywhere, but it's also not powdery. It's just great. And it feels like you're not even wearing it. And 72-hour odor control, that's a fact. I can put this on in the morning, and the next morning I'm like, smells like I just put it on. Now, I haven't tried 72 hours because I shower dailies, but this stuff is amazing. Shout out to Mando for sending it to me and letting me promote it on this channel. Right now, you can get $5 off your starter pack with promo code SICKOS. The starter pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and free shipping. And as a special offer, new customers get $5 off the starter pack with my code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. The code is SICKOS. Go to shopmando.com, shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando. Let's get down to business. All right, man. Let's talk about what the 76ers did at the trade deadline because I like it and hate it at the same time, okay? What they did at the trade deadline was, of course, I like that they traded for a couple of younger guards, and they said there was rumors leading up to the trade deadline that this is what they were going to try to do. One of their main goals was to get younger at the guards off the bench position. They were looking to upgrade the Reggie Jackson, Kyle Lowry combo off the bench. So they trade Reggie Jackson. I'm kind of annoyed that Kyle Lowry survived it because I want Kyle Lowry up out of here, not because I hate Kyle Lowry, but because Nick Nurse is so obsessed with Kyle Lowry that he will not stop playing him off the bench. But they trade Reggie Jackson for Jared Butler. I remember Jared Butler dropped 26 on the Sixers in a game against the Wizards just a couple of months ago. Jared Butler is 24 years old. He's a combo point guard. He has a nice ball handle. He has a nice jump shot, and he has a lot of upside. And then you think about the Quentin Grimes situation. The Sixers traded Caleb Martin to the Dallas Mavericks for Quentin Grimes, who is also 24 years old. So to me, they got 2 younger guards who can play right now, who can help the team right now, probably more than Reggie Jackson and Kyle Lowry. Both of these guys are better than those 2 players, and they also fit the timeline of Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain moving forward. So they upgrade now in getting these 2 guys, and they have 2 pieces that they can move forward in the future also. So I love it. They went from Reggie Jackson was 35, Caleb Martin was 30 and always injured, and they get 2 guys that are 24 years old, healthy, can contribute right now, and can help us down the line. So I do love that. Dallas Mavericks fans do not seem to love it. Nico Harrison told Mark Stein that he was going to win Mavs fans back with his next move, and he proceeded to trade one of our best role players in Quentin Grimes and a draft pick for an injured Caleb Martin who couldn't even pass his physical. And yeah, the Sixers had to send a second round pick to Dallas to complete the trade because Caleb Martin could not pass his physical and the Dallas Mavericks were worried that he was injured. I don't know how you trade for Caleb Martin, have fear that he might be injured, and then the Sixers say, okay, well, how about if we throw you a 2030 second round pick? And the Mavs are like, all right, that sounds good. I mean, this dude, Nico Harris, has to have CTE or something, bro, because to trade away Luka Doncic, first of all, is absolutely insane. I was just watching Luka Doncic's top 50 craziest shots downstairs earlier. I mean, the dude, it's unbelievable. And now he does this, getting rid of Quentin Grimes, who's a young guard shooting 40% from three, combo, can create, can get to the bucket. I keep posting a highlight on Twitter of him dunking on somebody. I don't know what the Mavs are doing, but the 76ers get younger at the guard position off the bench, and I like that. Now, my fear is that it ultimately does not matter because Nick Nurse is still going to play Kyle Lowry and not Reggie Jackson. He's gone. Nick Nurse is still going to play Kyle Lowry and Eric Gordon off the bench, so this might not matter at all. Don't forget, last game, Justin Edwards, who has been balling out for the Sixers, dropped 26 on the Celtics. Last game, Justin Edwards got 0 minutes in the fourth quarter. Eric Gordon played all 12 minutes, and they lost the game. So we'll have to see what Nick Nurse does. Let me know in the comments. Is Nick Nurse even going to play Quentin Grimes and Jared Butler? Yes or no? I don't know, man. Like, what he did in the last game really pissed me off, and I'm kind of over it. Here is Paul George talking about his performance coming back from the pinky injury. Okay. And I just want to play this for you if you haven't heard it. It's one for the books, man. Just listen.
It felt great to play basketball again, be back on the floor with the guys. I played a little bit up leading up to this, but nowhere close to, getting a rhythm back. I don't think I'm far off. It was just good to get back out there and, try to trust the breaks on the pinky and go from there.
I guess what's the biggest thing kind of holding you back, like with that pinky, or if there is anything?
You know what's crazy about Paul George? Not crazy, but what I really don't like about him is that he does not give a fuck at all. Like, you go out there, you come back from a pinky injury, and you drop 9 points on 3 for 11, and you're a minus 12, and you're an absolute no-show most of the game, and the Sixers lose. You play the entire fourth quarter again. They should have had him on a minutes restriction. Justin Edwards should have been in there. He plays the whole fourth quarter. The Sixers lose, and he comes out and is just like, yeah, it was nice to get back out there and start to get my rhythm back. And dude, a player that cared would be like, I sucked tonight. I was out because I tore a ligament in my pinky. I came back. I was terrible. I got to be better. I got to help the team win. We got to start winning games. He's just so nonchalant. He's treating NBA games like they're all just warm-ups. He's treating every regular season NBA game like it's still the preseason. Oh, it's just good to get back out there, get my legs under me. We're losing games. This team doesn't have time for you to dick around and fucking ramp up the whole season. Anyway, there's what he said, and he also said, "Hold on, let me get the pinky part in here. Hold on."
I played a little bit up leading up to this, but nowhere close to getting a rhythm back. I don't think I'm far off. It was just good to get back out there and try to trust the breaks on the pinky.
Try to trust the brace on the pinky. This is the pinky on your non-shooting hand. You have a brace on your pinky, on your non-shooting hand, and you say it was good to get back out there and try to trust the brace on the pinky. I never heard this shit before in my entire life. What are you playing hesitant because you don't trust the brace on your pinky, on your non-shooting hand, bro? When people told me he was soft, I could not imagine it would be this level of soft. All right. Now here's a clip of Evan Turner in the offseason. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. And I had a negative reaction to this, but Evan Turner was absolutely on the money. And now when you play it now, it just hits different. It hits different when you play it now. Listen to what he said.
PG has a history of not showing up, which is an understatement. Just the other day, I never met a human that will let a media rumor drive his like energy or personality. Like somebody's like, I heard he going to Philly, and then he goes like, you know what? I'm going to Philly, G. You know how soft that team gonna be if him and B go together. It'd probably be the most skilled duo ever since Kobe and Shaq. And B to be hurt and PG gonna be Baldo. To Philly, and he goes like, you know what? I'm going to Philly, G. You know how soft that team gonna be if him.
Do you know how soft that team gonna be if he goes to Philly with Embiid? Embiid's gonna be hurt, and Paul's gonna be Pauldo. I mean, this dude was absolutely on the money, 100%. I gotta give him credit for it because guess what? Embiid's been hurt the whole season. And Paul George has been Pauldo and been hurt the whole season. I mean, a pinky injury is unbelievable. It really is. Before we get out of here, man, listen. We got to talk to Sixers fans about this. Ben Simmons is finalizing a contract buyout with the Brooklyn Nets to become a free agent, sources tell Windhorst ESPN. Simmons will meet with the Cavaliers and Clippers starting Friday as he decides his next home. Now, I don't think I got to talk about the fact that Ben Simmons requested a buyout to join a contender. I don't know if you guys actually understand how delusional this guy is. He thinks he's an NBA veteran who provides a high-level production to a team. And he thinks he should be helping a contender win. Honestly, he thinks he's too good to be on the Brooklyn Nets. He actually thinks that. And I'm going to show you an example. He said this. Ben Simmons is not with the team and multiple reports indicate that he'll seek a buyout. Here's what he told me about his role with the Nets. I know that I'm here for the love, but it's also different when you're here on a team that's rebuilding and you're trying to help guys develop and stuff like that. So it's just a whole different experience for me, but I'm a competitor, you know? Bro. This guy thinks he is a veteran NBA star. He thinks he's in Brooklyn helping guys develop. How can you help guys develop when you never developed? I've never met or seen or heard a more delusional person in my life. But the crazy part is Sixers fans are saying, the Sixers should bring Ben Simmons back to Philly. Well, first of all, you're all fucking absolute psychopaths. If you say anything like that, you should be checked into a mental institution immediately. Or you're 9 years old. Because anybody that watched Ben Simmons in Philly and how much of a loser and a quitter he was, and then sees him in Brooklyn now, which, by the way, what are you guys even talking about? He sucks, dude. He's terrible. I don't understand people that are like, we got to bring Ben Simmons back, or we should get him on a buyout. He'll help us in this area. Have you watched him play? It doesn't make sense, bro. He's averaging 4 points per game, and he still won't look at the rim. Why would you want that on this team? Use your goddamn brain, please. Anyway, getting out ahead of this, the Sixers are not expected to pursue a reunion with Ben Simmons if the Nets agree to a buyout with the former number 1 overall pick, sources tell the Philly Voice. So, yeah. To all you idiots that, for some reason, want Ben Simmons back, the answer is no. And you are a maniac for even considering it. And I was just talking to RB. He sent me a screenshot of this one guy on Twitter that's been a Ben Simmons defender forever, blocked me years ago. And he said to him this, and this is what the problem is. These are super advanced stat nerds who never played basketball. The sports to them is simply a math equation. This is the problem. And this guy said to RB, Ben Simmons is producing 12 assist points per game. That's higher than anyone on the Sixers team right now. What the fuck is assist points per game? Number one. And number two, why do you care? The Brooklyn Nets suck. Tyrese Maxey's way better. And you want to talk about Ben Simmons produces more assist points per game than any player on the 76ers team. And number three, anytime y'all talk about Ben Simmons' assists or how, he creates the most three-point shots in the NBA, because he doesn't shoot the ball. When you pass the ball every single time you touch it, of course you produce more points because you never shoot it. Every single time you touch the ball, you pass it. Use your brain. Why am I screaming? Anyway, guys, support my sponsors. Mando, $5 off code Sickos. Game Time Ticket app, $20 off code CLNS. Go to get all the Sickos merch at runningbackphillyshop.com. 20% off code Sickos20. I'm out of here, man.